Hey y'all. So this month for me has been all about back to the basics. Now, what do I mean by that? Um, I think this is for you if you are struggling in any way with something that you can't seem to get results in. I'll share a quick little story about my life and business. There's two things that I've been struggling with for a while now. One, maybe like the last 6 months or so. One was a business dilemma of not having enough leads for my business. And we were looking at all sorts of ways to generate leads online, setting up systems, hiring massive lead gen systems, things that I've tried to do in the past and have not done very well. Um, and in the end, we ended up talking to somebody and hiring somebody that didn't have a big fancy system so much, but reminded us and has been bringing me and Rano back to the basics of what it takes to uh, get people into the programs and offerings and membership that we offer for couples and my other business, Portal Priestess. And the system was get back to the basics, get people on the phone, connect with people. This whole idea of online, automation, while super supportive, can be very time consuming, very expensive, and very hard to set up. And it's a massive undertaking and requires technology and so on and so forth. So it's quite complicated. People make it look very easy, but it can be quite complicated. So that was one thing. And then the other piece that I was struggling with was I had gained some weight and it was not budging. It was not coming off. And I couldn't seem to figure out what to do. So I ended up hiring a natural holistic doctor. And she said, you need to go back to the basics. Back to the basics, which is basically peel away all the food that you don't know what is actually causing the weight gain. You can cut this out or cut this out, or you can cut it all out, eat very simply, veggie heavy, minimal meats, no grains, no dairy, all the typical things that can be inflammatory, and then start to put foods back in and see how you feel. Pretty basic. Now, all of this I've known. I've known all of this, but I needed to have somebody else remind me and show me and bring me back to the simplicity. And I share this today because, it's kind of like a duh moment. Like, I already knew that. I already know that. But how often does the I already know that, I already knew that get in the way? Like, sometimes it takes an outside force, an outside person, an outside coach, an outside friend to remind you of the basic things that are needed. And we can easily get so overcomplicated in our mind, get caught up in trying to keep up with the Joneses and everything else, and forget that just getting back to a baseline, basic way of doing things can create a whole new way of resetting the way you interface with your life, your body, your business, your relationship. Getting back to the basics is something I think we all need to remember, especially in this crazy time in the United States and beyond, where we have become overly bloated in so much complicated systems and structures and things that really don't support the basic day-to-day things that have worked, have always worked, and still work. So hopefully this inspires you. I'd love to hear what kind of back to the basics that you're getting back to, or ideas or things, or how this may have inspired you today. Thanks for tuning in. Take care.